My name is Anna. I am a mother. I have one daughter. I have been married for 20 years. We live in a small town in the United States. My husband works full-time. I work part-time. My daughter is 17 years old. She is a high school senior. This year, she is preparing for college. At home, college is part of our daily life. We talk about college plans. We talk about applications. We talk about deadlines. My daughter studies hard at high school. She takes many classes. She also joins school activities. Many students in her grade talk about college. They talk about where they want to go. They talk about what they want to study. Some students already know their college major. They speak with confidence. My daughter listens to them at school. At home, she talks less. She has not chosen a college major yet. She tells me she is still thinking. She has started college applications. She fills out forms on her computer. She reads college websites. She writes lists of colleges she may apply to. She compares location and size. She checks what majors are offered. The major question stays open. One evening, I see her sitting at the kitchen table. Her laptop is open. Many tabs are on the screen. She scrolls through a list of college majors. She reads the names. She does not choose one. She closes the laptop after a long time. She goes to her room. This is the stage before decisions. Applications are open. Nothing is final yet. As her mother, I watch her closely. I want to support her. I also want to say the right thing. At the same time, I know this period is important. The choices she makes now will affect her next years. I remind myself to be patient. This process has just begun. In December, college letters begin to arrive. Some come by email. Some come in the mail. My daughter brings the letters inside after school. She places them on the kitchen counter. One afternoon, a large envelope arrives from a college she applied to. It is a well-known college. She opens the envelope at the table. I sit nearby. The letter says she is accepted. She reads it slowly. She does not say much. I read it with her. The letter talks about starting classes next fall. It talks about orientation. It talks about student housing. There is no major listed. My daughter does not say anything about it. She folds the letter and puts it aside. That evening, she goes to her room. She opens her laptop. I pass by her door and look inside. She is on a college website. She clicks on a page about careers. She is not reading about classes. She is reading about jobs. I see words like salary and job growth. I see charts and numbers. She searches for careers that pay well. She searches for stable jobs. She does not search for subjects she likes. She does not search for classes that sound interesting. She does not ask me what I think. I feel a moment of distance. This is the first time she has not shared this part with me. The next day, I hear her typing, late at night. She is still in her room. In the morning, I see notes on her desk. There are names of jobs. There are numbers next to them. Later that week, another letter arrives. This one is from a smaller college. She opens it in the living room. She reads it and smiles a little. She tells me she was accepted. This college feels different to her. She says it looks calmer. She says she can imagine herself there. I listen. I do not say which college I like more. That night, both letters are on her desk. Her laptop is open. This time, she is looking at two college websites side by side. On one screen, she reads about career outcomes. On the other, she reads about campus life. She switches between them. She takes notes. She still does not talk to me about her thoughts. She does not ask for advice. I realize she is trying to decide alone. I realize she wants to make the right choice by herself. I respect that. But I also feel left out. I sit at the kitchen table and wait. I do not go into her room. College decisions are moving closer. The house feels quieter. January is busy. Winter break ends, and school starts again. My daughter goes back to her normal routine. College emails arrive almost every day. Some are reminders. Some invite her to online events. One email invites her to a virtual campus tour. Another invites her to a student question session. She opens some emails. She deletes others. One evening, she prints a calendar. She writes dates on it. Some dates are college deadlines. Some are school exams. On a Saturday morning, we sit at the kitchen table. We look at college costs. I open a college website. I read about tuition and fees. The numbers are large. They look real. We look at scholarship pages. We look at financial aid information. My daughter just listens. She does not say much. Later that week, she attends an online college event. She sits in her room. I hear voices from her laptop. They talk about campus life. After the event, she comes to the kitchen. She says, the students sound confident. She says, many of them already know their plans. Another week passes. A friend's parent sends me a message. She says her son chose a college. At dinner, I mention this to my daughter. She nods and keeps eating. One night, I notice a new tab on her laptop. It shows a job website. She is reading about careers again. She scrolls through job titles. She writes down average salaries. She compares job growth numbers. She closes the page when she sees me. I pretend not to notice. Later, a college sends a packet in the mail. It includes photos of the campus. My daughter flips through the pages. She stops at a photo of students sitting outside. She says, "The campus looks busy." She says, "It looks serious." A few days later, another email arrives. This one invites admitted students to visit in person. We talk about travel dates. We talk about school days she might miss. We do not choose a date yet. At the end of the month, I attend another parent meeting at school. Parents talk about plans for spring. Some parents talk about housing forms. Some talk about roommates. When I come home, my daughter asks how the meeting was. I tell her that parents are busy. That night, she puts all her college letters in one folder. She labels it with her name. January ends without a decision. But the questions are clearer. In February, the emails change. They are no longer general messages. They talk about next steps. One college sends an email about a deposit deadline. Another sends a reminder about admitted student events. I print the emails and place them on the table. My daughter looks at them after dinner. One email invites us to visit the campus. It lists several dates. We talk about the calendar. We talk about her school schedule. She chooses one date. It is a Friday. I take the day off from work. She tells her teacher she will be absent. The visit day comes quickly. We drive to the campus early in the morning. The campus is large and busy. Students walk fast between buildings. Many carry laptops and backpacks. We join a campus tour group. A student guide leads us around. The guide talks about classes and internships. He talks about job results after graduation. My daughter listens. She takes a few photos. At lunch, we sit in a crowded dining hall. Students talk loudly around us. My daughter eats quietly. After lunch, we attend an information session. A staff member talks about planning for the future. She talks about choosing a major. She talks about being prepared. On the drive home, my daughter looks out the window. She does not say much. I ask how she felt about the visit. She says it was interesting. She also says it felt intense. A week later, we visit the second college. This campus is smaller. The tour group is small. The guide knows many students by name. Students sit on the grass and talk. Some read books. My daughter asks a question during the tour. It is the first question I hear her ask on a campus visit. On the way home, she talks more. She talks about classes she might like. She talks about living on campus. At home, she puts both brochures on her desk. She places them next to each other. Later that night, she opens her laptop again. She looks at deposit deadlines. The dates are not far away. February moves fast. The choice is getting closer. March arrives, with more emails. Most colleges have sent their decisions now. The deadlines feel close. One evening, my daughter brings her laptop to the kitchen. She sits across from me at the table. She opens a page with deposit deadlines. She points to 2 dates. She tells me she is stuck. She says the first college is well known. She says many people respect its name. She says it may help her when she looks for a job. She says employers may notice it. Then, she talks about the second college. She says it is not famous. She says fewer people talk about it. But she says it feels right to her. She says the students there seem curious. She says the classes sound open and flexible. She says she can imagine herself studying there. She says she can imagine asking questions. She looks at me and says she does not know which one to choose. She says she is afraid of making the wrong choice. I listen until she finishes. Then, I speak slowly. I say, the first college has good job results. I say, it may help her find a job later. I also say, a school name alone is not enough. Her effort still matters. I tell her, every choice has good sides and hard sides. No choice is perfect. I tell her, she does not need to find the best school in the world. She just needs to choose a school that feels right now. I tell her that she is choosing with the information she has today. That is all anyone can do. I also tell her something important. I say that even good choices can bring regret later. That does not mean the choice was wrong. I say that life does not stop after one decision. People change. Plans change. I tell her that if she learns new things later, she can change direction. She can change her major. She can change schools. She can find new paths. I tell her, college is important. But it is not the only chance in her life. I tell her, she does not need to carry all of her future on this one decision. The room is quiet. She looks at the screen again. She takes a deep breath. She does not decide that night. But I see something change. She is no longer rushing. She is thinking more clearly. March continues. The decision is close. But she is not alone. Spring moves forward. The decision is made. We do not talk about it much after that. Life continues. My daughter goes to school every day. She finishes her classes. She prepares for graduation. College emails still come. Now they talk about forms and next steps. One evening, we sit together at the kitchen table. We look at tuition numbers again. We look at payment plans. We look at dates. The choice fits our family. It is something we can manage. This matters to all of us. My daughter made the final choice. We respected that. But the decision also included our family situation. It included what we could handle together. At home, I watch my daughter pack old notebooks into boxes. They are from high school. I remember how hard she worked. She studied late. She balanced school and activities. She did not rush through these years. She studied hard and stayed focused. I also remember the past few months. I saw her think carefully. I saw her compare and question. She did not choose lightly. As her mother, I know this. That is why I support her choice, without doubt. I do not need to know every reason. I trust her process. One afternoon, we take a walk together. She talks about the summer. She talks about work and rest. She talks about meeting new people. She sounds ready. At home, I fold her clothes and place them in a drawer. Life feels normal again. The choice is behind us. What comes next is ahead. Whatever path she is on, she is walking it with care. And I walk beside her.